Leviticus 19. And Yudhevave spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to all the congregation of the children of Israel, and say to them, You shall be holy, for I, Yudhevave, your God, am holy. And it's just like God is saying, I'm holy and you my children, so you be holy. Just like we will say our children are like us because they come from us. So if we come from God or are born of God, then we are like him. And if he is holy, we need to be holy. Every one of you shall revere his mother and his father, and keep my Sabbaths. I am Yudhevave, your God. Do not turn to idols, nor make for yourselves molten gods. I am Yudhevave, your God. So God is emphasizing to Israel all these rules and regulations and laws that he put to them. And remember, this is to the nation of Israel. And if you offer a sacrifice of a peace offering to Yudhevave, you shall offer it of your own free will. It shall be eaten the same day you offer it, and on the next. And if any remains until the third day, it shall be burnt in the fire. And if it is eaten at all on the third day, it is an abomination. It shall not be accepted. Therefore, everyone who eats it shall bear his iniquity, because he has profaned the hallowed offering of Yudhevave, and that person shall be cut off from his people. Now, if this sounds familiar, it's because we covered this stuff in Exodus as well. And now in Leviticus, it's been repeated. Verse 9. When you reap the harvest of your land, you shall not wholly reap the corners of your field, nor shall you gather the gleanings of your harvest. And you shall not glean your vineyard, nor shall you gather every grape of your vineyard. You shall leave them for the poor and the stranger. I am Yudhevave, your God. And this gleaning is like, when you polish something and you remove every mark. The Lord's saying, don't do that to your fields. You leave what drops, you leave what's there for the poor to come. Verse 11, you shall not steal, nor deal falsely, nor lie to one another. And you shall not swear by my name falsely. That's quite interesting. So you shall not swear by my name falsely, but doesn't say you can't swear by my name if you're doing it uprightly or honestly. Nor shall you profane the name of your God. I am Yudhevave. You shall not cheat your neighbor, nor rob him. The wages of him who is hired shall not remain with you all night until morning. In other words, pay a person what they've worked for and what is due to them. Don't try and withhold it overnight. They've worked for it, they've earned it that day, give it to them on that day. You shall not curse the deaf. Quite interesting. You shall not curse the deaf. They can't hear you. Nor shall you put a stumbling block before the blind. The blind can't see the stumbling block you put before them. In other words, you curse someone that's deaf and you put a stumbling block before the blind because you are looking to cause them to fall or be cursed. But shall fear your God. I am Yudhevave. So God is saying the way you deal with people, you've got to be so gentle with them. You can't be looking to hurt them or cause them to fall. You shall do no injustice in judgment. You shall not be partial to the poor, nor honor the person of the mighty. In righteousness you shall judge your neighbor. In other words, that righteousness is to be just, to be fair, to be morally upright. That's the way that you judge. Verse 16. You shall not go about as a false bearer or a talebearer among your people, nor shall you take a stand against the life of your neighbor. I am Yudhevave. You shall not hate your brother in your heart. You shall surely rebuke your neighbor and not bear sin because of him. So it's quite interesting. We'll come to the New Testament and we'll see, love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your might, all your strength, and your neighbor as yourself. But God has already said this in the Old Testament. And so it's something that was known. They could read it, they could learn it, but they were not practicing it. You shall not hate your brother in your heart. You shall surely rebuke your neighbor and not bear sin because of him. So there, even that is in the Old Testament here. You shall not take vengeance nor bear any grudges against the children of your people, but you shall love your neighbor as yourself. You shall keep my statutes. You shall not let your livestock breed with another kind. You shall not sow your field with mixed seed, nor shall a garment of mixed linen and wool come upon you. So no mixing. Whoever lies carnally with a woman who is betrothed to a man as a concubine, and who has not at all been redeemed, nor given her freedom, for this there shall be a scourging. But they shall not be put to death, the man and the woman, because she was not free. And he shall bring his trespass offering to Yudevave, to the door of the tabernacle of meeting, a ram as a trespass offering. The priest shall make atonement or covering for him with the ram of the trespass offering before Yudevave for his sin which he has committed, and the sin which he has committed shall be forgiven him. When you come into the land and have planted all kinds of trees for food, then you shall count their fruit as uncircumcised or unclean. 3 years it shall be as uncircumcised to you, it shall not be eaten. But in the 4th year, all its fruit shall be holy, a praise to Yudevave. And in the 5th year, you may eat of its fruit, that it may yield to you its increase. I am Yudevave, your God. You shall not eat anything with the blood, nor shall you practice divination or soothsaying. So this divination is like seeking knowledge of the future by ungodly supernatural means. And soothsaying is similar to that. It's trying to predict the future or future events through ungodly or unholy means. God is saying you don't do that. Verse 27, you shall not shave around the sides of your head, nor shall you disfigure the edges of your beard. It's quite interesting. Today we go to the barber and they just say number 2 or number 3 or even a number 1, and there they go shaving around your head. But then again, remember, this was statutes given to the nation of Israel. Verse 28, you shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor tattoo any marks on you. I am Yudevave. Do not prostitute your daughter to cause her to be a harlot, lest the land fall into harlotry and the land become full of wickedness. You shall keep my Sabbaths and reverence my sanctuary. I am Yudevave. Give no regard to mediums and familiar spirits. Do not seek after them to be defiled by them. I am Yudevave, your God. In other words, you don't have to go to mediums and to seek out familiar spirits. Just come to me. I'm your God. Verse 32, you shall rise before the grey-headed and honor the presence of an old man and fear your God. I am Yudhe-Vave. And if a stranger dwells with you in your land, you shall not mistreat him. The stranger who dwells among you shall be to you as one born among you, and you shall love him as yourself. For you were strangers in the land of Egypt. I am Yudhe-Vave, your God. You shall do no injustice in judgment, in measurement of length, weight, or volume. You shall have honest scales, honest weights, an honest ephah, and an honest hin. I am Yudhe-Vave, your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt. And this ephah and this hin is just units of weight that they used. Verse 37, Therefore you shall observe all my statutes and all my judgments and perform them. I am Yud-He Vav-He.